This is my Hobby Lobby foam. I'm gonna just trace around this. Man, this might work. It'll take a bunch of time. There's that. Next thing, this cover. Eh? Eh? Close enough. Here's the bucket. This might be a mistake. Oh, there we go. Man, that took some work. But there it is. First aid kit. Rope. We'll throw some other stuff in there. Frog togs. You gotta have a like a poncho, or it's like a wetsuit kind of. So if it's raining, same thing with the hat. It might rain. Another sun hat. This is a non-rain version. Paddling gloves, so you don't burn your hands. There's a tether for strapping like your dry box down. Stuff doesn't float away. Some sunscreen. In this little bag, I've got some band-aids back here, a little Sharpie. This is a pill bottle for my medication, flashlight, lighter, duct tape, and a Fresnel lens. And so it's just a, just a small disaster kit. Throw that in there. Gotta have the sunglasses. Boat build update. I ordered some bigger washers because I really wanted those holes to be covered. The base for the fin showed up. I thought I was going to have to screw it in, but it looks like that's not an option. 5200 marine adhesive sealant. Maybe this is what I'll use to glue that thing on. So I've got the big washers. I'm pushing this through. Then I'm going to tighten another washer down with the lock washer nut. Then I'm going to put another nut on the back side with another lock washer and another neoprene washer to seal on that side, and then on this side another one. You can't see down in there, but basically what I did was a bolt and washer, right? And then I did a washer, lock washer, one nut. I had done two over there, but that was too wide. So one nut, lock washer, and then a gasket washer. Push it through here. Another washer, nut, like that. So the back piece is going to be easier because these bolts are lower than those ones down there. But again, same thing. There's the holes the top slides into. Well, these bolts aren't long enough. They're barely too short, which is also wild. So that one's barely in, but that one has plenty extra. So we'll figure this out. Just grabbed a piece of 1/4 inch by 20 all thread, 2 feet. All threads working. It is coming together. We got the bolts all screwed in, and now we're securing the deck. We're using these big washers and those stainless steel screws. It wasn't perfect back there, but we've got it deck secured. Next thing's next, gluing a fin on. Got the fin base glued down. Probably going to put the wheels on while that sits there and cures. The wheels are back on it. We will, give that maybe an hour or so under pressure. Maybe a couple hours. I put that on there pretty thick. I haven't decided if I'm going to cut those bolts down on the back. But that one right there scraped me pretty good. So we'll see. Oh yeah, you can see how that's sealed back here. That one's a little bit tighter than this one, but whatever. Just got to be watertight. So the instructions on there didn't actually say to add weight to it or anything like that, but it said it would take at least an hour to cure. But that was the thin bead. I put a real thick bead on there. So it was like an hour to dry and then like 24 hours to fully cure. So let's flip it over. Oh, that's goofy. But I think it's gonna come together. Boat has had a few hours to cure, but the stuff is supposed to be fine, even underwater. So I'm gonna tempt fate because I've got time now. It's Memorial Day, and so rather than wait 24 hours for this thing to cure, I'm just gonna head to James A. Reed. It's like a Missouri Department of Conservation area, and I don't know that I've ever seen anybody put a boat in, but I checked the area regulations and it says you're allowed to hand deploy a privately owned boat. You're not allowed to use a trailer to launch a boat. No gas motors. I don't know about the privately versus publicly owned. I don't know if it's saying like you can't run a commercial business out of it or something. I don't know. But the point is, I should be able to launch the boat by hand using a paddle. Shouldn't be a problem. There's quite a few ponds up there, and none of them are particular. I think the biggest one is like 40 acres or so, and so they're not huge. But that being said, it is Memorial Day, so it could be just a madhouse over there. Oh no, we're taking on water. Oh, we are officially floating. To all the doubters that said it wouldn't float, she floats. Not very well, but she floats. Oh yeah, there we go. What? It's Saturday. Yeah. She floats. Not very well. Kneel down in some water. But, you know, she floats. Does it look like a little car floating? Oh, there's a snake. Oh, there's a mud puppy. Or oh, it's a crawdad. Get out of here. Floating on a little car. Oh. Oh, that's fun. and quite a few things on its maiden voyage. But I think the first thing is I need to change my seating arrangement. Like I was saying, the seat I made out of foam, and the boat it's gonna get wet. Long story short, it's gonna get wet. So I think I'm gonna just get one of those throwable life preserver type of things. Sit on that. They've even got blue to match the boat. So I would call the maiden voyage a overwhelming success. What I think I'm gonna do is, so right here, like the distance between here and the bottom is about 7 inches. And so I'm thinking if I get a piece of 6-inch PVC, I can put a pontoon here and one over there. I assume this is about 48 inches. It's probably a little bit longer than that. And then use some 2-hole strap to bolt it on. That will give me approximately 100 pounds more buoyancy. And so even though the car it floated fine, it did take on, I don't know, it's hard to say, even 1 inch or something water above the deck. Probably not. It was real hit and miss because, you know, you're wiggling around on the water, and so it would be like 3 inches in one place and dry on another. And so I'm thinking that adding those two extra pieces of PVC will really help push the deck up. I also I didn't use the fin at all, and it tracked okay, but I was just on a little pond, not a current in a river. And so that being said, I could even do a third shorter one and still leave the fin. I don't know. The fin may not have been necessary, but I didn't know that at the time. That's why you guess and check, do main voyages and stuff like that.